Hey everybody, welcome. Tonight is Live with Coach MJ. I'm with TriRight Coaching, and tonight's topic is best advice for first-time Ironman athletes. Can you use this advice if you are doing a half Ironman? Yes, you can. The difference, you guys, half Ironman is 70.3. Full Ironman is 140.6. Okay? But the fact of the matter is both of those are endurance sports, endurance events, and there are a lot of things that apply to both of those things. Hey Lisa, hey Jim, hey Jackie, Shannon, thank you guys. You guys, okay, I just got a notification. Hey Win, this is my 50th live video. 50. Holy crap. I didn't know I was, hi Jackie. Hey Sherry, hey Jennifer. I did not know I've been doing this long, but anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in because this stuff is golden, you guys. And for so many years, okay, I've been a triathlon coach for 9 years, 10 years now, and I've been doing Ironman for 13, 14 years. I don't know, but there were some things, some secrets I held very near and dear to my heart, very close to the chest. I'm very quiet. And these are some golden nuggets, you guys, that I'm about to share with you. And so this broadcast actually makes me a little bit nervous because I'm about to share with you some of the best tips I can give you for doing your first Ironman. Hey, Darlene. Hey, Morgan. Hey, Lilia. Hey, Carrie. Thank you guys so much for hopping in. If you want to win, oh, yeah. This week, if you want to win, okay, reflective gear. Because these are stickers, dots and dashes. You can't really see it in the video, but share the video. If you're doing your first Ironman, they tell you that you have to put reflective gear on your run stuff because they don't expect you to finish in daylight, which is probably true for almost all of us. So I'm going to send you this sheet of free reflective gear so you don't have to go out and buy it on your own if you're doing your first Ironman. Oh, you can also use that in your training. That'd be cool too. So, hey Christine, hey Dawn. Thank you guys so much for hopping in. Again, all you have to do to be entered in the raffle to win the reflective stickers, just share the video. That's it. You win, I pick you next week, then I'm going to send it to you. It's very simple. So anyway, very first point of tonight's topic is to follow your plan. Here's the big problem I see with Ironman athletes, especially first-timers. I mean, once you do it a few times, even still then this happens, but you start to look at what everybody else does and whatever their training is. And, oh, this one's doing this many miles, and this one's doing this kind of run, and this one's doing this kind of swim. So what? You're not them. Follow your plan, okay? And here's the thing. You can write this down. 95% of the people doing these races are doing it wrong. They're doing it wrong. They don't know. They don't know any better. So don't follow them. Why would you do that? Your friend Jimmy jumps off the bridge. You're going to jump off the bridge too? Just don't do what they're doing. I have seen so many people doing it, but I can't say anything. I can't say anything. Hey, Ring of Shame, what does that mean? To finish in the dark with reflectors? Hey, stop that. We all did that. Dawn, dude, I saw a guy. I was just telling somebody else this story this morning. I saw a guy like running down my street. I was on my way to Masters, so it's like 5 a.m. It's dark out. He's running. He's got a kind of a bright yellow shirt on, but he's got black pants on, but he has no reflective gear whatsoever. So I rolled down my windows. I pulled up next to him. I'm like, hey, buddy, I have like 8 reflective vests. Because when I used to do the run club at Lifetime, I had all these vests. And I'd be happy to just give you one if you want to stop by. He's like, no, I have one at home. And I'm thinking, why aren't you using it? Because he was so hard to see. So hard to see. Yes, Jackie, you think you want to do what others are doing because you think you're not doing enough. Big mistake, big mistake. Stop. In fact, I have told several of my athletes during particularly Ironman training to get off Facebook altogether. Just stop, because those people will drive you crazy. But they're all doing it wrong. And if you just know that, then you just ignore what they're doing. You saw that guy. Did you? Did every time for me. What, Jim? You almost ran them over. Hey, Julie. You guys, thanks for hopping in. So number one is to follow your plan. Just ignore what everybody else is doing because it's not about them. It's about you. And everybody's work life and schedule and talents and ability, everything, goals, they're all different. So don't plan your training and focus on your workouts based on what somebody else is doing. It doesn't make any sense. Just so don't do it. And number two is to know the course. And particularly for Ironman, I guess this could go for any race really. You need to know what that swim is like. Do you need mirrored goggles? Do you need tinted goggles for that swim? Do you need an extra set of gears on that bike? How hilly is that course? What is your pace going to be like? What can you expect? And then three, the run. Is there shade? Are there hills? How are you going to feel? How are you going to plan your pacing? Because 100% sun and heat, hills, they're all going to be different than a nice shady flat course that maybe you train on every time that you train, right? So you really need to know what that course is like. And I will tell you really quickly, I did one race and it wasn't an Ironman. It was an Olympic. And I am one of those people that I just kind of show up on race day and just follow what everybody else is doing. And I got out of the swim, I started riding my bike, and there was nobody in front of me. And I'm not saying I was winning, I don't know, there was the people in front of me were way in front of me. And I took a wrong turn. And I got confused. Loop one, loop two. I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't know how I did it. But anyway, all of a sudden, I was only on the course for like 15 minutes, and all of a sudden I saw 22 miles. I thought, well, I'm good, but I'm not that good. So I had to turn around and go back. So just know the course. If I had taken the time, you guys, and this was probably like 2006, I don't remember. If I had just taken the time to look at the course map and to know what that course looked like, I would have saved myself that heartache and that time. So know the course. You've had to wear the chem light ring of shame every time. I've had to wear it too, Jim. It's okay. It's okay. It's a safety thing. Hey, Lisa, can't tell you how many people I was riding with at Louisville that didn't know there were hills on the bike course. They thought it was flat. Right, exactly. So you need to know that because in your training, and especially if you're going to do an Ironman this year, guys, except for, hey, you Texas people, if anybody from Texas is watching, congratulations. I love that bike course. I never did that race, but I did go down for a training ride, and I love that bike course. Hilly, but rolling hills, much like Louisville. But anyway, rolling hill, you need to know that because if you think you're going for Pancake Flat, Florida, and you come to Louisville, you come to Ironman, Wisconsin, you're in for a treat. You're in for a treat. And the way you ride that is very, very different. And so that's what you need to practice in your training. So it's very important to know the course. Okay. I'm going to tell you real quick who won last week. Last week's winner was the journal, the Fitness and Nutrition Journal, and that is for Steve Smith. So Steve, my man, please send me your address. I will mail that out. And if you want to win, you guys, this little packet of stickers, reflective stickers. Oh, wait. Can I get to reflect? Oh, it's weird. Anyway, it's dots and dashes if you want to win this so that you can use it for your training or racing. All you have to do is share the video. Okay? Number 3 is to listen to your body. And this kind of overrules, supersedes any coach, any training plan, anything you have in your mind that you're going to do. You really need to listen to yourself because there's a good pain and there's a bad pain. And if you don't stop yourself when the pain it's not, good pain is like, oh, this is really, really hard. Oh my gosh, it's really hard. But the bad pain is like, oh my gosh, I felt something in my knee or my shin. And oh my gosh, that hurt. I don't even know what that is. You got to stop. You got to step back. Number one thing is you want to get to the starting line. You want to get there healthy. And just training through whatever it is you think you're going through, 9 times out of 10 is not really what you need to do. So thank you. Yes, Shannon, thank you. Thanks, Dawn. Hey, Steve, dude, you just won. Steve, you just won the journal. Send me your address. I'm going to mail this to you. Hey, Hannah, you're on. See, this is about half Ironmans too. Oh, You guys, real quick, and it's down at the bottom, because I'm not going to stay on here all night. So I'm not going to cover everything I have to say, because, again, these are golden nuggets, near and dear to my heart. TriRightCoaching.com/bonus. If you want to get, there's actually 10. There's actually 10 tips that I put together, and they're more detailed than this. So if you go to that website and hit bonus, you can download the actual, what I would consider like a cheat sheet, and something to remember and something to work from every single time you race and train. Hey, Russ, thank you so much. Russ, you were supposed to send me your address so that I can send you a nice little TriRight care package. You didn't get back to me. Awesome, Steve. Hey, I'm so glad you were on tonight. So anyway, you guys, next week is my last broadcast on the MJ, on my own personal page. I'm going to the TriRight coaching page. So if you haven't liked that page or followed that page or how it works, starting in May, all these videos are going to be over there, because my friends who don't do triathlon don't really like that I do this. And I like everybody. No, I really don't like everybody. But anyway, okay. So number 4. This is another big one, you guys. Avoid overtraining. And here's the problem with a lot of newer athletes. You guys new to half Ironman, you guys new to Ironman. Stop overtraining. Stop it. Stop it. Trust me. You do not want to go into a race overtrained. I've only gone into exactly one race overtrained. I had a coach at the time. And I kept saying to him, I'm tired. This is hard. I can't hold the pace. I'm not sleeping enough. And that was the very worst race, the very worst Ironman mentally that I ever had. I almost considered stopping triathlon altogether. In fact, after that race, and it was Coeur d'Alene, 2006. I didn't want to race the rest of the year. It was June. Coeur d'Alene was in June back then. I didn't want to race the rest of the summer, because I was like, I don't even want to try. I don't want to look at my bike. I don't want to look at my running shoes. That's the very, very worst thing you can do to yourself. Well, I guess the worst thing you can do to yourself is injure yourself so that you can't ride at all or run at all or race at all. But you are better off going into your race a little bit undertrained than you are overtrained. Because if you're undertrained, you can power through it. But when you're overtrained, it's the hardest thing in the world. And about, 100 times I felt like quitting. I felt like quitting. It was just, I'm like, I don't even know why I'm here. It was horrible. So please don't overtrain. If you're doing an Ironman in September, you shouldn't be riding 100 miles in May. You shouldn't be riding 100 miles in June even. You don't need that. You're better off going shorter, more focused, faster stuff, get better, and then do the endurance stuff later, okay? Hey, Lilia. Sometimes we feel like one more run or bike or swim will make us better. No, it's totally not true. It's absolutely exactly the opposite. Hey, Ivy. Exactly. Oh, Janine. So glad you came on. Wait a minute. Hey, Asra, I sent your package on Friday, so you should get it soon. Look at this. TriRight logo. I'm so glad you hopped on, girl. I know, dudes, you don't care, but this is pretty cool. That's my logo. Anyway, so fun. They did it on both hands. But that is for the Payless Half Marathon, the Southwest Half Marathon, which is on May, I think it's 7th. So if you haven't signed up, you should do it, because I'm going to be on course delivering to you plenty of entertainment. Thanks, Ivy. Thank you so much. Okay, so avoid overtraining. You may think that you need to put in all this stuff. And let me tell you guys, back when I first started, I was totally guilty of overtraining. I did that. And let me tell you that once I learned about quality over quantity, I had more time for myself. I was less fatigued, less injured, and I got so much faster. So much faster. So what you need to do is focus on quality over quantity. Forget about junk miles. I don't do junk miles. Okay? Once you learn that, you're like, it's so much easier. It's so much better. Thanks, Dawn. Hey, Rita. I know, aren't they cute? They're so cute. Hey, Kevin. Hey, Aaron. Aaron, you missed it. Aaron, look. TriRight nails. So much fun. Okay. If you guys want to win the reflective dats and dashes, dots and dashes. Dots and dashes. All you have to do is share the video. I'm going to send that to you. Because if you are finishing an Ironman in the dark hours of the day, you must have reflective gear on your shirt, shorts, whatever. And if you are a runner that runs early or late, you might want to have some reflective gear. Just be safe out there, you guys. Okay. Hey, Ryan. Hey, Maggie. Recovery tips. Oh, great topic, girl. Great topic. Not today, but great topic. Thank you. Hey. All right. Schedule rehearsal days. This is hugely important, you guys. So when we go, again, this is directed toward Ironman, but you can use this for half Ironman too. This is for the endurance athlete. When you're going to ride 100 miles, okay, and a lot of us do those organized century rides. I did it myself, and they're great because there's people out there, the course is marked, there's SAG vehicles in case you come into any trouble. But here's the thing. You stop at those SAG stops, and then you eat the cookies or the trail mix or the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches or whatever it is they have at the SAG stops. The problem is, if you're not going to have that on your race course, then you don't know how you're going to react to the nutrition is huge. And that's going to be another topic coming up in the future about fueling yourself for these longer steps. When you can get away with pretty much nothing on a sprint and not very much on an Olympic, but once you start getting into half Ironman and Ironman distances where you're over 3 hours, you're over 4 hours, you're over 12, 15 hours, you cannot afford to screw up the nutrition. So you want to make sure that on your race rehearsal days, you do a bunch of things. Number one, you wake up. This is all in the cheat sheet, you guys. TriRightCoaching.com/bonus. It's all in the cheat sheet. You wake up, you have the breakfast you think you're going to have on race day. You wear what you're going to wear because you want to make sure that it's comfortable. You don't chafe anywhere, that like something's not flapping that bugs you. And then you want to also make sure that you eat and drink what you're going to do on race day. Because if anything doesn't work on the rehearsal day, then you have an opportunity to fix it before race day. Hey, Kevin. Yeah, Kevin, it's huge. It's huge. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Sarah. Thanks for hopping in. Hey, Lisa. The TriRight 101, September 17th. Yes, ma'am. Hey, James. James, you and I have to talk, dude. All right. Oh, before I go on, before I get to the next one, next week, you guys, the topic is benefits of master swimming, and I'm going to be giving away this cool pair of goggles. This is actually a very popular Speedo Vanquishers. I'm going to give away that pair of goggles next week. Benefits of master swim, guys. Yes, you should be swimming. I don't care what anybody says. A lot of people ignore the swim because they think, oh, it's the smallest part of a triathlon. Well, yeah, but if you don't get through it, you don't get to do the rest. So, hey, hey, Ryan, Melissa. I don't know. Is it Ryan or Melissa? Hi from Decatur. But I don't know if you're Ryan or Melissa because of your name. Anyway, okay. So make sure you schedule those those rehearsal days. And then number 6. Pace yourself. Here's the biggest mistake. I shouldn't say the biggest because a lot of these are big. Follow your plan because a lot of people think that, oh, XYZ is training like 50 miles already. I should be doing that. No, maybe let them do it because they're probably doing it wrong anyway. Overtraining. That's a huge one because you think that you need to be doing more. Yes, Ironman is huge. It's a big deal, even as half Ironman. But if you go out too hard, too long, too soon, you number one, you may never get to race day. Number 2, you may hate the whole experience, which is not what I want for you. And number 3, you won't have your best race. But isn't that what you want? Isn't that why you're out there? Don't you want to peak at your race? So I always tell people, you can do a bunch of races throughout the season. That doesn't really matter. But you want to pick a couple of A races where you really want to focus your whole training around those. Don't you want that to be your half or full if you're going to do that? I mean, I don't know. What you're going to wear? Yeah, yes. Oh, Kevin, I have a quick story. So I have a friend, and Jim, if you're still on here, we were going to Racine, and it was super, super hot. And this was 2011, I think it was. And it was going to be really hot that day. So what he decided to do was to freeze his Camelback. You know, he's going to wear a Camelback. So it was nice and frozen. He had nice and cold beverages the whole time, right? And then he had an aero helmet. But he never practiced with the combination of the aero helmet and the Camelback. So when he got on the bike, the aero helmet was hitting the Camelback and he couldn't turn. And he quit. Sorry, Jim. Had to tell you. But I had to use you as an example. Because that's a reason for, like, you gotta train with what you're going to do. You gotta make sure it all fits and it flows and it feels good and you're comfortable, all that good stuff. Oh, Racine. I like Racine, Jackie. I really like Racine. Just have to be prepared. Hey, Darlene. Should you consider rehearsal? Darlene, yes, absolutely. I don't care what distance it is. You should consider rehearsal. Okay. So, and number 6 is to pace yourself. We were on that already. There's a difference between what you can do and what you should do in a race, right? So just because I can ride 20 miles an hour for 3 hours doesn't mean that I should do that in my half Ironman or my Ironman. Because just because I can do that, if I do that and don't have to run afterwards, then who cares? I mean, because it's not a swim bike, you guys. It's a swim bike run. You want to make sure that you can do all 3. If you get off that bike, okay, my PR in a half marathon is only 3 minutes faster than my fastest in a half Ironman. Okay, so you don't have to think, oh, well, because I just rode the 56 miles, I'm going to be like, 2 minutes slower per mile. No, you're not. Not if you do it right. Not if you pace yourself and you don't overextend on that bike. Okay, it depends. If you're doing a half Ironman, you should be racing at 80 to 85% on that bike. If you're doing a full Ironman, it should be 65%. If you're experienced, maybe 70% of your effort on that bike. And what does that mean? That means a ton of people are going to be passing you. And one of the hardest things, you guys, one of the very hardest things is to let those people pass by you, because you know you're faster than them, right? They might be your training partners and they're flying by you on that bike course, on that Ironman. Focus. Don't worry about everybody else. Focus on you. Hey, Roger. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Kevin. Yes, weather can absolutely kill you. That's a whole different topic. Racine was hot on the... Yeah, Racine could be hot. You never know. It's July. It's Chicago in July. Letting people pass, right, Ivy? You just have to let it go. Because here's the thing. I have let so many people pass me that I'm like, I know I'm better, but I know I'm faster. I know I'm more powerful, but I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you go. And those are the people that you're going to pass back on the run. Because remember, you guys, that race gets hard. Ironman gets so tough. The longer you're out there, the more tired you get, but it's up here. It's up here that really, really gets to you. So if you can stay positive, you can stay powerful, and you can know that you're racing within your means, right? If you can do 20 miles an hour for 3 hours, don't think you're going to do 20 miles an hour for 5 or 6 in an Ironman, or even like 19 or 21, whatever. Like, you need to go on effort, and that's where power comes in. If you have a power meter, heart rate, if you have heart rate monitor, that's where that stuff comes in. If you don't have any of those tools, you need to go on rate of perceived exertion, but you need to understand what that is. So you need to test that out in training. Hey, Nora. Exactly, right? I don't care if people pass me on the bike. Let it go. Let you go. Bye-bye. See ya. Thanks. I mean, in the swim, maybe not so much, because I like the swim. Actually, I take that back. When I do the swim in an Ironman, you guys, I never treat that like a race. I just treat that as a warm-up, and it's fun. And I get really sad when it's time to get out of the water, because that's my favorite part. And then you get out on the bike, and you just chill. Just zone out 60, 65%. That's easy, and it's supposed to be easy. Because if you have more energy towards the end of it, towards like 18 miles, 20 miles in the run, that's when you kick it in. And I'll tell you right now, you're probably not going to have what you think you had. It's a long day. It's a long day. Exactly, Lilia. Exactly. My last half, I got off the bike last, age group medaled. See, there you go, Kevin. See, now you did it right. You did it right. It's called proper race execution. Okay? You need to race within your means. Don't think you're going to go out there being a superstar. And I've done that too, you guys. I've done that. I've totally overextended on the bike and then had to walk half the run. That's terrible. Number one, your time stinks. But number two, it's bad up here. 65% on the bike. Just learned something. Dawn, that is for an Ironman. That is not for a sprint. Not for a sprint. Louisville, that's one of my favorite races. All right, you guys. Thank you guys so much for hopping in. Remember, this week, if you want to win the reflective stickers, all you have to do is share the video. Next week, our benefits of Master Swim, and I'm going to give away this kick-ass pair of Vanquisher goggles, okay? Because I think Master Swim is important, and I think it can help you. Whether you're a good swimmer or you're not a good swimmer, I think Master Swim can help you. That's why I have a Master Swim team. If I didn't think it was beneficial and it could give something back to you, I wouldn't put it together. And if you want to know more details, I have 4 more points on best advice for Ironman athletes. I have 4 more points. You have to go here, TriRightCoaching.com/bonus. You can get this whole, it's actually right here, you guys. This one, it's 2 pages. It's 2 pages. It's a little checklist cheat sheet to kind of just help keep you in check for your first Ironman. And even if it's not your first one, these are a lot of really, really good things that you can remind yourself time and time again. So thank you guys so much. Next week is my last video, live video on this page. And then I'm going to move to the TriRight coaching page. So please make sure you go and follow it or like it, whatever you have to do, so that you don't miss out on the future videos. But starting in May, there will be no more videos on the MJ Gasik page. It will be all on TriRight Coaching. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all of you guys. Please share the video if you learned anything today or you think that you know some people that can benefit from this information. And I hope to see you back again next week on the broadcast. All right? Have a great night.